Hey guys, Kingy here. Today we'll be comparing a Dragula G and a Jackal G, and see just how different they are. First off, both of these weapons have the same exact stats, so don't just buy them both just because of this video, it's based on my own opinion. Both of these weapons are pretty special since the Jackal G was the last secondary to be released back in RC2, and the Dragula G being the first secondary to be released in RCF. So, on the forums and various other places, there's always been debates about which secondary is the best. I'm here to clarify this once and for all. Most of the gold SMG secondaries had the same stats, with the exception of the Wolverine, which has a pretty significant drop in accuracy and a slightly higher stability. So, all of these SMGs have the same stats, yet they all perform differently. Why is that? It's because of the player. Some players simply perform better than others with the various secondaries because of how it feels in the game. For example, I perform the best when my Venom G or Jackal G are by my side. So, now, to get into the video. Dragula G is a pretty nice weapon. It was my first gold secondary, and is an extremely reliable weapon. I don't have any qualms about it, except for the fact that I don't really agree with the scope, and the gun feels like it jumps up and down more than my other SMGs. The scope is very similar to this car's scope, and the only difference is that it's kind of a hybrid between, let's say, the M4 Spec Ops and the SCAR's scopes. It has the same reticle as the SCAR, simply downsized, and the holographic weapon sight is the same shape of the M4 Spec Ops, also downsized to fit the Dragula. The scope is simply too small for me. I feel kind of constrained by its size, and harder to use than the Venom G, which is very wide and user-friendly. The only problem I have with my personal favorite, the Venom G, is that its scope is slightly opaque when played with on medium to ultra graphics, and the red dot is kind of blurry, not solid like other reticles. So moving on to the next weapon, the Jackal G. First off, the Jackal G is based off of the MP5K in many games. Honestly, I'm not all that familiar with the MP5K, but I am familiar with the MP5, which is one of my all-time favorites. I use the MP5 in RCF all the time. It's one of my favorites in the game. Unfortunately, I accidentally sold my MP5 SM from RC2, and you can't get it in RCF anymore, so that was a huge loss. Since the MP5K is extremely similar to the MP5, simply being shorter and having better stats being a gold weapon, I bought it immediately when it returned to RCF. I have to say I wasn't disappointed. Although the ACOG sight might look kind of cramped, which I hate about most guns, I fell in love with it. The scope is extremely easy to use. It's the old Reaper scope from RC2 and it performs great. I've gotten great scores using it just by itself, making it a great secondary. Sometimes I even use it as my primary, and my primary as my secondary. That's how much I trust the Dragula G. In camp territories, as you guys can see in this video, I got as well as 38-3 with my Jackal G. Not too bad. I love the reload animation, being a huge MP5 fan, and the scope is amazing. The gun sound is great too, and I'm okay with the Dragula's firing sound, it's just not that special to me. Okay, now that I've proved to you guys that the Jackal G is superior, at least in my opinion, let's move on to its range, which is going to be later on in the video. For now, enjoy the gameplay. I seriously recorded too much. Okay, let's move on to range. The first time, we'll be comparing the weapons at exactly 50 meters away from the target, which I measured with my Jackal rangefinder. The second time, 60 meters from the target, and the third time, 110 meters away. Both weapons perform very well up to 60 meters, but begin to falter as the range increases. Once you pass 100 meters, it's very unlikely you'll be able to hit your target. Thanks for watching my weapon review. I know this one wasn't as good as the previous one about the Wraith G, but both of these are pretty good weapons. I'm really just nitpicking here. Thanks to King Gamer and Elmo for helping me out with this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Feel free to request any videos in the comments below.